In this tutorial we're going to cover the basket control of the ePOS application within the PT200. So if we go from our main menu, we select the ePOS icon. This brings up our normal ePOS screen showing an empty basket. So if we enter some items into our basket, now the basket control is accessed using the basket button at the bottom. So if we select the basket, you'll see that there are a number of buttons and functions we can perform on the entire basket: suspend, refund, discount, delete. You'll also see there's a button marked retrieve, which is currently grayed out and is inactive. This won't become active unless the basket value is 0 when you press the basket control. So if we go ahead and suspend this basket, you'll be prompted to ask whether you're sure or not. So if we say yes. So this could be used if a customer decides to continue shopping, having already approached the checkout and decided they wish to buy some more items. You can suspend the basket here. So if we select suspend, and this then brings you back to an empty basket, you can then perform transactions for other customers. When that customer returns, if you select the basket control whilst the basket value is 0, you'll see that the retrieve button is active and all the other buttons are inactive at this point. So if we select retrieve, this shows the list view that you're familiar with, showing the basket currently in suspension. So if we select that basket and press the select button, and that reloads the items back into the basket and effectively carries on where you left off. So if we now select another product, we can add that to the basket, and then we can carry on through to final payment as you would any other transaction. If you wish to refund an entire basket, you can enter some items into the basket and select the basket control, and if you select the refund button, this will show all the items in red to indicate that they are refunded. It will set the values to refund value, it will set the basket type to refund, and you can continue through to perform a refund as you would normally. Okay, so I'm going to print a receipt. If you wish to discount a basket, you can enter your items into the basket, select the basket control, select discount, and you'll be prompted for the discount value to apply. So in our case we're going to enter a 25% discount. This applies a discount of 25% to all the items individually within the basket, and it indicates that the items are discounted by turning them blue, and then you can complete the transaction as normal. So in our case we're going to delete this basket. You can search for previous baskets using this button down here. So this button and this button are effectively the two basket main controls. So if you select this button here, what will happen is you will be shown a screen with the last transaction that you performed, ID in there, the field to enter a previous transaction ID. So if we enter the previous transaction ID here, now you can scan the barcode at the bottom of the receipt, or you can enter the last transaction or enter the transaction ID manually here and click the search button, and that will bring back the description of the products sold within that transaction and the method of payment, etc. From here you can then reprint the sales receipt. You can select any transaction. So if we have an earlier transaction which isn't in there, transaction 20 is in there, and that once again shows the products sold on that transaction and the payment type. So those are the main controls, basket controls of the ePOS application.